Well, good evening, everybody. Hopefully, my microphone is showing some music, some sound. Good, because OBS is something. I, well, good evening. Welcome everybody to our very first episode of Ghosts of Caerus, powered by the Expanse RPG. Super happy to be playing, and also quick thank you to Prince for jumping in this. Very excited to be able to play again
You
with
thank
all
me
those
now,
lovely.
but later on you might be regretting what you just thanked me.
Look, I know at some point, I know at some point that like the seat are going to be reversed, and I'm going to probably make you regret and shit. So
Rafiki knew what he was getting into.
yeah, I know exactly what I'm getting into. I know you. But yeah, welcome in. Super excited to be bringing you this little series. I love the Expanse, and I'm super excited to be playing with these people. But let's before we actually get properly started, I just want to do a quick roundtable introducing the lovely folks here, and because it is the first time. Well, it's not the first time that you necessarily see them on screen here, but it's the first episode, and it's good to just make sure that everybody know who everybody is. So let's go based on the order that I have on my overlay. Yeah, let's do that. All right. Let's go with Prince.
Oh snap! Put me on the spot early.
I know, right?
Hello, everyone. I'm Prince, also known as Dimples and Dice around the internet. That's where you can find me doing stuff and things. And look me up; you'll find me. I am playing Ashley Phoenix, or Ash, a CEO of Phoenix Retrofitting and Textiles, and that will absolutely come into play in this game.
Yeah. Everybody needs
Talk about
skirt in
pronunciation
space.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Everyone needs silk pillowcases. I promise it'll change your life.
Next, Nix.
Heyo, I am Nix, Uncle Nix around the internet. I'm a streamer, glass etcher, internet himbo, internet silly person. And who am I going to be playing? I'm going to be playing Rowan Cormac, the most nobody who ever nobodied in the expanse of the expanse. I'm an engineer and excited to be here.
Wonderful. And next, we have Kira.
Hi, I'm Kira858. You can see me across the internet at the Kira858, as well as the Cookout TTRPGs. I'm playing Nami, who is this group's protector, bodyguard, and just likes to have a good time in life. I'll leave the rest secrets for later on in later episodes. That's it for me.
What? People have secrets in the Expanse?
I plead the fifth.
And last but not least, hey Panda.
Hi, Panda. I'm Panda. I'm Panda. I'm having a week. Anyway, I'm playing Captain Namita Dillon. Y'all might remember her as Dee from our original Expanse crew from many moons ago. She's a lot older now, a lot wiser. You can find me everywhere on the internet at AwkwardishPanda, but we'll get to all that at close into the show. So, but yeah, pronouns are she, they for both of us.
Oh, wonderful. All right, and as part of housekeeping, just to want to do a quick thank you for our affiliate with. Let's do that. We are first and foremost affiliated with the folks at Die Hard Dice, on the Felicia shop keeper in the realm, where you can find quality polymer and metal dice and various accessories. And you can do exclamation ! Dice in the chat, which should give you their discount link and promo code, which is GRC10, that get you 10% off in your entire order when you order over there. And it does really help support the show, because one of my goals is to be able to pay these lovely folks as much as possible for their time and compensate them. And it goes a long way when you purchase stuff through our affiliate link, so that I can support my cast. And speaking of supporting cast as well, there's always we're also affiliated with the lovely folks at It Point Press. You can do exclamation ! HPP in the chat. It's going to give you our affiliate link. They are the maker of the Humblewood campaign setting, the animated spell deck of many things. and many other cool things. Right now, I do believe they just wrapped up a campaign Kickstarter for more stuff from Humblewood. And I think they're starting something new for Sinona.
Yeah,
So I need to
they have a Sina Una book
yeah.
that's up right
That's
now, an
it's up
expansion
for
essentially.
yeah. I should get that link for that Kickstarter at some point and bring it there. But yeah, go check it out. It's all cool, really cool stuff. And I do believe also Hippo Prince is also Canadian, just like me. So, yay! And last but not least, we're also affiliated with a lot of folks at 1985 Games, maker of cool things like the Dungeon Craft, which is a 2D terrain book series for the budget GM on the go. Like me in the before time when I was able to more often GM in person. Deck of Stories, which is pretty cool for like quick NPC on the fly and plot hook. Dungeon Note counter mini, and just to name a few cool things that they have there. You can use our discount code GRC10 to get 10% off your order at checkout. Thank you, Panda. And also, I don't advertise it very often, but we do have merch, and there's actually currently a Ghost of Caerus design available on our merch store. Merch is going to bring us to the shop. There's merch with a GR logo. There's a hi, I'm Cletus from the Avatar campaign from a while back. And there's also a design of a weird NPC that I played for a charity game last year that my right drew that night. And I was like, fuck it, let's put it on the merch store because it is silly. And I like silly shit. But yeah, that's a few ways to support. And we can also do through Ko-fi, but everything that goes to channel eventually gets spent back to my cast because I want to support them. Also, a little quick housekeeping. We just quick content warning because content warning are important. Safety for my players on the table is important. We do have some, safety tools behind the scene that we work. We like went through all the usual like, hey, what are you cool with? Because The Expanse, for those that are familiar with the show or not familiar, shit can get dark real quick. I mean,
It's heavy.
It
It's
is
real
heavy. It is a sci-fi. It is sci-fi. It's in space. Space is dangerous. But it's a dark sci-fi universe. And we're all here with mature content, which may include profanity, violence, possibly some frightening and intense scene, depending on the character and things like that. Maybe like use or mention of drugs and alcohol, and more. So everybody, everybody behind the saying here, have ways to communicate if this thing that is wrong, and we don't have an issue fix going to black screen or do a bit of rewind if anything. The thing is, I cannot do that for you at home. So you take your own safety in your own hand if something becomes a bit too much for you to handle. I encourage you to just take care of yourself, step away for a bit, and if you want to come back later, we'd love to see you again. All right, but yeah, I think that's all for the quick housekeeping. It's usually a bit more on the first one, so I think we are finally ready to jump in proper into our very, very first episode. Fuck, that document is bright. Everything should have a dark mode.
Everything should have a dark mode.
Yeah. Ever since humanity has first set their sight on sky and star, it started dreaming. Dreaming, whatever they may represent, always theory. Some are merely humans believed that those were divine gifts, and as time progressed, many discoveries were made. But the dream of humanity kept on living. Like in the early 750 BC, the Mayan astronomer first noticed the movement of the sun, star, and moon, and we had the first, some of the first recorded source of interest in that. Fast forwarding many years later, around 1926, when the first rocket, powered by liquid fuel, was launched by Robert Goddard, demonstrating that the technology can work in vacuum space. This was still only the beginning. Launching a rocket in space. Some say that the space age began only in 1957, when Sputnik 1 was first set into orbit. That's when the race started. But who would have expected that years later, humanity would have managed to reach the moon, and eventually Mars? In the early 2200, the first Martian colonies were formed, creating the Martian dreams to turn this lifeless rock into an oasis for future generation. As they dream, pleas for independence from Earth were made, but the UN refused. Tension grew, and in the midst of that, one of the greatest technology that changed the world was created by the hands of one and only Solomon Epstein. With his breakthrough space propulsion that we now universally know as the Epstein drive. Such technology became the bargaining chip for Mars to gain its independence. With this newfound technology, the colonization of the outer parts of the solar system began, reaching all the way to Ganymede, part of Saturn. In times, the effects of microgravity started to be noticed, creating significant change and difference between members of the inner planet and the Belters. But all during this, dream was still alive. Earth being barely above disaster in itself. Mars, dream, and the Bell, well, often paid the price. However, everything changed when the Eros incident happened, and a widespread knowledge of the extraterrestrial life form, known as the protomolecule, was made. Moving on its own, and eventually crashing into Venus, which became the birthplace of the most mysterious and controversial thing ever witnessed by humanity. There and then, mankind witnessed the birth of what we now universally call the Ring. This strange and mysterious object in space, forming near Uranus, a source of much intrigue. Then eventual conflict, and after a brave, or some would say simply foolish, Belter decided to try to sling himself through the ring, only to be violently splattered and stopped by it. And as it is the human nature, with such prospect come conflict. War ensued between the various nations and the Aeneros Free Navy. Destruction of, some say, biblical proportion on Earth. Narring Martian dream and DOPA divided more than ever. But once this was over, peace somewhat returned, at least for now. The ring gate opened, and a transport union was formed, allowing movement through the ring and to the thousands and thousands of systems beyond it. New world await in this vast universe. Humanity is facing the expanse. And it's now in the year 2365 that we set our sight on Tycho Station. Captain, what is the name of your ship?
I am Captain of the Ghost.
Captain of the Ghost. So, Captain Dillon, a few weeks ago, you received communication from friends at Tycho Station that contract may be interesting for you and coming your way. A certain elder gentleman wished to go beyond the ring. Pay is good, and good script is always good for be able to survive one more day and maybe more. So, we're gonna set our sight within the ghost. Uh, where is Captain Dylan, and what is she doing?
Captain's probably double checking the ship, making sure everything is locked down properly, making sure of what our resupply lists are, double checking to make sure that we have orders in for the food we need, water we need, fuel, just doing all of the last minute checks before entering the station to make sure that whoever is running around to get everything we need has a correct inventory of what we need to resupply with.
And could you just give me like a brief description of what Captain Dylan looks like?
Yeah, Captain Dylan, she's in her very early 40s. Obviously, we live a lot longer now than we do today, so she doesn't look super old. Reddish brown hair, kind of long, kind of hangs in her face a lot. Very large round glasses that she wears when she doesn't have her contacts in. She has a crystal necklace on and a black and purple, just basic ship jumpsuit that she's weird.
I think we should be back.
Yep, there we go.
All right, cool. That was weird. OBS just decided to say "fuck you."
Okay. Anyway, so yeah, no, Namita is just, very average. She doesn't try to stand out at all. Like, she's kind of somebody who likes to blend into a crowd and be able to just become a ghost herself, basically.
Mm-hmm.
She's really, really good at slipping through the cracks. She always has been.
Awesome. And who may be around on deck with you right now?
I would think probably most of the crew are running up and down decks, like securing their gear, getting ready to go aboard, because we don't get a whole lot of shore time. So to have a chance to run into the station and be able to go fraternize with some locals and have some drinks and be able to hang out, and be able to hang out off ship, I'm sure there's lots of people that are running around. I'm pretty sure that Nami is probably following me around, though, would be my guess.
Okay.
That would be the
security
assumption.
detail.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that's that being performed, then
Also,
his
his uncle gonna be real mad if he takes one eye off of me when I'm not. I have to be kept in line, apparently.
Yes, sadly. And so that kind of ruined my plan for that particular day. 'Cause I definitely had a specific lady from the port planner coming on by for the night. But instead, I have duties to take care of. So
Nami, you can go. You don't have to follow me. I promise it's cool.
Are you sure?
Yes, I got it handled. Go get you a date.
All right. This is recorded for quality purposes. I'm out. And you see them turn around and head over to the bars.
Who exactly is Nami, and what does he look like?
So Nami is around 20 years old, has a brown beanie that wraps around their head. They look to be of a biracial descent, about half black, half Japanese. They have a light tan skin tone with reddish brown dreads that comes underneath the beanie. They have a black and purple with hints of blue armor suit that kind of wrapped around them that looks to keep them protective. Looks relatively expensive. They stand at about 6'1", relatively athletic physique. Definitely could tell that they work out quite a bit. Halfway between bulky and lean. They're not one way or the other. More, if not like the Hulk, if you would have put it more like Captain America per se. And glutes that definitely shows for him. He does not skip leg day, and and that's pretty much Nami in a nutshell.
Awesome. And I'm assuming somewhere below in engineering, making sure that everything reactor is going to be running fine. There's probably Rowan, right?
Yeah, just running around making sure like the environmentals are doing what they're supposed to do. I mean, we're in docks, so like low power mode, stuff like that. Checking the drive, make sure it's secure. All the gear is stowed where it's supposed to be stowed in case we gotta like romp out of here quick. We don't want stuff floating around.
And what does Mateo look? Not Mateo. Fuck, I was thinking of an NPC. What does Rowan look like?
35, Earther, very just basic scruffy sort of beard thing going on, brown hair. I forget what did I do for the. I think just like greenish eyes, and just very plain.
Wonderful. So as you're like fixing everything down there, you have Matteo was essentially like a fellow engineer here. Oi, boss man. Like, do you know when we're gonna go? Like we just here for like a bit, or I know the captain said we're picking up somebody.
I don't know how many times I've told you don't with the boss man thing. It's weird. Like, I'm just a guy. Like, you can just call me Ro, like everyone else is fine.
All right, Ro.
That works. It's middle ground. It's middle ground. Like, this is what human resources told me was just like networking and finding commonality between coworkers. So it's fine. That's fine. What were you saying?
Who the fuck is human resource?
For my old, before all of this.
You ain't no load. So weird. I like you, Ro. All right, you're good. I just like fucking with you. And you're probably very short compared to Matteo, which is about like almost 7 foot tall, because Belther get tall.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we got a few communications. Some people taking a bit of temporary shore leave, from what I can understand. Which is it's all good. It's all good.
Mm-hmm.
Probably like half an hour to an hour after you docked. Captain Dylan, you do get like a quick call on your communicator from.
We're gonna flip it open. Who is it?
Yeah. That's essentially just a Tycho station employees saying, Captain Dylan of the Ghost, right?
Correct.
I do believe you came here to pick up somebody. It seems that they are ready to be picked up at your airlock if you wish to let them in.
I will be right down, and I'll run down to the airlock and pop the door.
Yep. Easy enough. Airlock open. And who do they see exactly?
So, coming into the airlock, you see a large human, standing about 6'5", almost 300 pounds, built like a bodybuilder. He's like The Rock. That's the build size you're looking at. He has braided hair, cornrows, all going down to the back, hair shaved on the side. The cornrows are colored. There's like ribbons and stuff in it. It's very vivid. Pink, blues, purples, all that. His outfit is a jacket that is various different shades of purple and orange and green, all sort of mixed together. Tight fitting jeans, tight t-shirt, and a pair of boots. And he's like, "Greetings, folks."
You must be Mr. Phoenix.
Yes,
Welcome
I am.
to the
Ash
Ghost.
Phoenix. Ash, you're the captain, right?
Yes, Captain Dylan. Nice to make your acquaintance.
Nice to meet you as well, Cap.
I will show you to your quarters. Do you need help with all of your
Excellent
gear?
day,
Because
I
I'm
must
assuming there's just a ton of bags sitting there.
Oh yeah, and you see his beard, and he's got bags, and he's like, I wasn't sure exactly what would fit in with the crew, so I brought various different outfits, and I also got outfits for everybody here, various sizes. I even got some spandex just in case, someone needs something a little bit more stretchy. I like spandex; it fits well. keeps all the parts where they need to be.
Oh boy. I have a friend who would think you hung the moon. Come on, I'll show you to your quarters. Do you need any help? And I'll grab one of the bags and like shove it up on my shoulder.
He just grabs his own bags. If someone comes to grab his bags from him, he's like, no, I got this.
Yep, and then she will just leave it alone.
Yeah. And it's probably weightless or nearly weightless here on Tycho stations, like 0.3 Gs.
Yeah. So, and I'm gonna lead him to his quarters and just kind of be chit chatting on the way. So, is this your first time this far out into the belt, Mr. Phoenix? Ash, sorry.
Yeah, apparently this is going to be the longest trip I've ever taken. However, I got my little drone bot here recording everything that is happening here, so we can make sure that I get some good angles. Spins around me. Game-winning smile. For the docu-series. I hope you don't mind us recording, Captain. I thought this was all clear with the crew and all of that.
I had heard a rumor that there might be some footage taken, but like there is
endeavors are something
restricted
that
access.
My PR team told me that I must have if I'm going to go on a trip like this. So, recordings and all that. But obviously, if there's anything classified, we'll make sure that it's edited out.
Or it doesn't get recorded at all. Classified is classified.
Exactly.
Thank you. And I will lead him to his quarters.
He's looking around, he's like, well, this could use a little bit of color. Ew. Browns and grays, y'all can do so much better.
Hey, look, I'm broke as fuck, dude. Like, we did the best we could. I'm lucky I got a ship right now.
Should be expensive as you take him down.
As I'm sitting there looking at the list of stuff that we got to pay for on Tycho right now.
Yeah. Refueling for the journey, getting
topping off the water tanks,
water tanks,
for
yeah,
the
and
entire
oxygen.
Crew,
Yep.
oxygen for the entire crew, refilling all the portable oxygen tanks, water filters.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
You want to keep those water and air filter clean.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever spare parts are on the list from the engineering crew that said if they said we need it, it's on the list to get purchased.
And as you're
I'll
I feel
put
like I'm
it.
gonna learn a lot on this trip.
Yeah, you might, especially if you're from Earth, right? Like you haven't come out this far before. This is the furthest you've been from home.
I did take a trip to Mars once. It was very interesting.
Yeah, it's real different from the big blue. And I'll just like drop him off at his quarters and pat him on the shoulder, be like, you're gonna learn a whole bunch on this trip, good luck. And I'll turn around and head back to the deck to go make sure all the stuff is ready to go.
I don't know if that was a threat or an invitation.
So, question for your captain: since you have a new guest on board, what kind of access do you want to grant them on ship?
Probably civilian access, like, can roam the ship freely, has access to food, water, whatever they need.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not going to have like massive amounts of access.
Yeah.
Like he has comms to Tycho and to Earth to personal contacts only that are monitored.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I mean, relatively decent access. We're all going to be in this together for a hot minute. It's a long trip. So.
Awesome. Yeah, and obviously, Ash was probably noticed by fellow crew member that were wondering, and were like, as soon as they saw him like going in his quarter and door closing, like, what the fuck is that?
I don't fucking know. I was told to come pick somebody up from Earth that is going on a very big, expensive vacation, and we're getting paid for it. That's all I care. Like, don't give him too much shit.
Yeah, and Morgan's like, I hope the script is good.
It's real good. This is a real good one. This is we all get to go on vacation for like a month.
I mean, we haven't gone on vacation in like years.
Yeah, this is we all go on vacation for a month and we can get the ship a full overhaul kind of pay.
All right. I mean,
Look, there's still some people on Earth that got lots of money. The script's real good for this trip.
If the urchin wants to go like beyond the ring, sure. All right. Cool. So any action that as a crew you wish to take, or visit people specifically, certain things that you wish to take before leaving Tycho Station. Now may be the time.
Just
I mean-
curious, was I able to find
Yeah.
someone at the bar to have a great time?
Sure. I mean, I'm sure you can find somebody. Let's have a look here.
I would give everybody a day, at least a day.
Yeah, just to get a date, settle in, all that.
You know that I could use somebody.
I mean, Dee's going to the bar too. She's gonna go
Yeah.
drink with the crew, and
Oh.
she's gonna go hang out and see who's around, and she might find her a little something too.
Yeah, I
Alright.
mean,
Well,
it's
if
all
y'all
good.
appear at the bar. Nami's gonna slide over the family credit card to be just like, "Hey, all their
Yeah.
drinks on me."
Yeah, if you want to know,
Thanks, Nami.
if if you want to get a little something from somebody, you can always roll a communication seduction if you have the focus.
I don't have the seduction focus, but I do have a communication focus. I just don't remember what it is.
Yeah, let me. Not seduction in there. I should have got that. I didn't know that was an option. You know what? I know what to do when I level up. Okay, next.
I put stuff on the wrong sheet. Damn it! I was moving everything over.
Okay.
Like people often overlook actually flirting with people, other NPCs.
Yeah, I think my communication is bargaining,
Yeah,
I mean, I have
but I
good
can just roll a
but-
communication roll. How many
Yeah.
dice do I roll?
it is
3d6, right?
3d6 plus your communication number.
4 plus 3 is 7, plus 5 is 12, plus 3 is 15.
Okay, and on this, do you have any are you generating any stunt or anything?
No.
No.
No, I'm just flirting with somebody who's cute at the bar. I don't give a shit if I take somebody home or I don't take somebody home. It's
Yeah.
a day off ship.
I mean, there's room available nearby.
So I got a 14, so I feel like we may be tag teaming on this just because we have such close numbers. They're just
Wingmen.
Wingmen,
It's a
yeah.
So
And
Yeah,
I would have let Ash know that we're headed out the following day. We're going to give the crew 24 hours to go play before we shove off.
Mhm.
yeah, no, probably a couple of drinks in all. Hey, you can have a bit of fun before over tonight.
Yeah, she's going to
Such
find
as you
somebody
desire.
to follow home and just go have some fun and then head
Yeah.
back to the ship.
Yeah,
Same. I mean, they'll probably spend a little bit more time at the bar just because
Yeah.
they want to be in the location a bit more before they have to return to the ship. So then, there may be a little caressing of the hands, a little talking, get to know them, then the classic chit chat that they learn from their aristocratic nature. And yeah, just
I'm far less subtle. It's like, yo, you fine as hell. You got a place on this place? You got a room?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Let's
so
go.
what is
Far
these
less
type?
graceful. D falls for the tall, thin cuties with really thick Southern accents off of Mars.
And
She has
maybe,
a type, unfortunately.
now I'm not gonna try to do a southern accent because I will fucking butcher it.
Mhm.
You're
I can
fine.
barely do speaking English. But yeah, you do find this Martian that is here, quick break, similar to your crew, transporting cargo and things. And Tycho Station is actually a hub,
Yeah.
for all sort of things. So yeah, you're able to find somebody easy enough.
And
but-
that's easy enough on many levels.
On many levels. I don't know what is Nami's type. Whatever may work for them.
Nami's carefree like the ocean, So they're a bit open to quite a bit of things. Men, women,
Yeah.
everything in between. whatever is out there. So they'll most likely, if they could, especially if they know they're going to be gone for a period of time, they're going to try to court both and have a little menage with talk.
And with a 14, sure, I'm gonna allow it, because why the fuck not?
Mm.
Rowan, any plan things that you want to do before getting, while Captain and a fellow crewmate are getting busy on Tycho Station?
Definitely, trying to bond better with my crew because it improves workplace morale. So I go out to the refreshment place with them and have a just like a club soda or something, and just kind of hang out with everybody, and but like everybody starts to wander off, so I start like they've got some gaming machines that have some interesting operational principles that I kind of want to check out.
Yeah.
And
That's pachinko machine on Tycho.
Yeah, just kind of go look at all the stuff they got, shiny lights and stuff. Everybody's having fun. We're having fun.
Yeah. Rowan feel like the person that has read like how to be social on the brochure and try to follow the guidelines the best he can. So are you essentially trying your luck at gambling?
No, just looking at the machines because
Just-
they have interesting operating principles.
Are you actually trying to assert anything from them? Because if you want to
try a couple of tokens here and there to see if I can, I'm not trying to win anything, just trying to watch the machine in
All right.
operation.
yeah, if you so wish to do so, you can always roll for intelligence technology and try to understand how the pachinko machine work.
Okay, so intelligence. So what
Now,
would I
careful
roll?
not to fuck that up too much, because somebody might think you're trying to fuck with a pachinko machine.
Ooh. Okay, so I've got intelligence. So what do I roll?
It will be intelligence, and if you have a focus in technology, you can add 2 to that roll. So you will roll your intelligence, so 3d6 plus your intelligence bonus, and if you have the technology focus, you add that focus as well.
Then add the focus. So roll 3d6 plus my intelligence.
Correct.
Mhm.
So that's 13.
All right. All right. So 13. Yeah. It is a simple machine, and it's core. Like, so unless you go and try to actively open it, which will probably get you kicked out of
Yeah.
whatever establishment you're in. You're able to gather that it is somehow somewhat physics-based, which is a bit weird. Like, the way it's working here in like lower gravity, it's not descending the same way that one would see one on Earth. So there's probably something that help the propulsion, like airflow being pushed down to help it like bounce a little bit. But yeah, you're able to get a good idea of like how such technology may be working under such circumstances here.
Interesting.
Yeah. They tend to be aligned well to be able to maximize the use of the spin gravity of the station. That it will facilitate a few things. Yeah.
I'll just continue to look around while the rest of the crew is having just ultimate wallflower.
Yeah, you probably have Matteo with you gambling his last paycheck away again. Matteo will have pachinko, probably a bit too much. I'm just gonna make him roll for gambling real quick.
Oh no.
Yeah, a bit too much.
Oh no. Oh
Wow.
no. Oh no.
Look, Matteo's not gonna lose a shirt on his back, but maybe the next drink will be on you.
As long as we don't have to shoot our way out of here.
Yeah, it's a good way to bond, right?
I I didn't exactly see this in the manual, but I'll take your word for it. I'm
Look, you wanted to study the machine. I play the machine, right?
well. Like I said, as long as we don't have to shoot our way out of here.
No, we should be good. Um,
Somewhere alarm bells are going off in the back of Dee's skull. Like,
like, nothing's gonna go missing from the ship to pay the debt. It's fine.
better not.
Ash, it's your first day or night. It's hard to tell. Here in space, things are weird. You're probably not used to that non-existent day-night cycle. Probably not as used to microgravity. Just a quick question: how familiar is Ash with mag boots?
Probably not super familiar.
No.
He's not normally wearing these.
Okay,
He's usually feet on the ground sort of thing.
but as Ash ever like walk in pumps?
Oh, for sure.
Okay, then he should be fine.
Come on.
Yeah, and I
He's a
would have showed him.
fashionista.
I would have showed him on the way to his quarters where he can grab a pair of ship's mag boots and a
Yeah.
I'd have been like, you probably don't want one, but we've got jumpsuits in every size. Should you need one? Because sparkles aren't good in high G.
Be surprised. Yeah. I think while everyone's out carousing, Ash would have just called his kids. And I will say this about Ash. Ash is in his mid-40s.
Hmm.
He has a lot of kids. He is on his Nick Cannon. Like, and if you know the
Papa's
Nick
a
Cannon,
Rolling
then you
Stone.
know
I got
exactly
it.
what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, he's up here making multiple calls to all the different baby mamas and everything. He's like, all right, look, Dad has to go on another trip out to outer space, but it is to do good things for the world, and I will watch some videos with you and all of that when we get back home. I'll even buy you a skating rink if that's what you want to do, that sort of thing.
So are you like trying to live communicate or sending a message because there's gonna be a delay?
Oh, it's definitely sending messages, sort
Yeah.
of things.
Alright.
Because he knows there's going to be a delay.
Yeah.
He's used to communicating with different
Yeah.
places in space, so that's not a big deal. But this is a sort of thing that he does regularly after the fact, because he's not actively thinking about these things until he's in the middle of something. And he's like, "Oh shit, I was supposed to talk to my kids." Being
Ash-
a CEO and visionary is not
Dad of the year, right?
That's for being a father.
People's magazine.
Yeah. Wonderful. So, following a bit of a night for some rivalry, some people did learn a few things and hope that their crewmate did not lose, too much credit. And communication and getting a bit familiar with being in outer space and not necessarily sleep on with Earth gravity pulling them back properly on their bed. It's probably a bit weird for some.
I'm gonna get up like real early in the morning. Like,
What
I
would be the
ain't
equivalent of
staying
morning? Yeah.
over. I'm
Yeah.
gonna get up. I'm gonna use dude's shower and be like, all right, cool, nice meeting you. Bye, and go back to the ship before everybody
Yeah.
gets up. And I'll start cooking breakfast for the crew.
All right, no problem. No food's being cooked. People can get up and get it ready.
And I feel like Nami's they're an early bird, but they are enjoying the moment as much as they can, enjoying that carefree aspect. So they don't kick them out the bed as quickly as probably the nice hotel, wherever hotel they are staying in. But eventually, we do have to say "c'est la vie," and then hand over back to the ship. to perform their duties. So I feel like they will return a bit after D, but not much after.
Sounds good. All right. So back in the quote unquote equivalent of a morning, uh, food is being ready. Some crewmates, some are essentially up all night and sleep different cycle. Yeah. Everybody wants to have breakfast, food, and get to know each other. I know that some intriguing new guests. I don't know if you dine with the crew in like dining hall and things like that. But
So Nami is gonna look at the new individual and says, "So I'm guessing this is the patron."
Yeah, this is Ash. Ash, this is Nami.
Nice to meet you, Nami.
Might find I need you as well.
I'll wait till like Mateo rolls in. Maddie, how much did you lose?
Again?
it is
Do I owe anybody money this time?
no, not this time. I was able to settle my debt this time.
You got money for
It's all
food
good,
and
boss
stuff?
man.
We got
It's all good, boss man.
What is the expanse version of an insight check?
That is communication empathy.
Okay, I'm rolling that just to see. As a security
I
detail.
actually do
Go ahead.
have empathy. I feel bad for this kid.
Ooh, okay.
So I'm gonna make Mateo roll either persuasion or deception, depending of their case. I will say I rolled very well for them.
I was
Like-
decent. I did get some step points though, 3 step points, but I got another 14.
Another
Plus
14.
Hey, that's what I rolled. I wanted to do the same thing.
Like, wait a second. Just in case. I mean, I can cover the bill, but I just need to know if we got something to worry about.
Yeah, no,
Basically.
Mateo is a very very strange fellow, but by every possible mean. But based on what you can gather, yeah, they seem to be at least been able to get themselves not in trouble.
They not.
Will something come and bite him in the ass later on in time? Maybe, who knows? I mean, at some point, there's always something that will come back and bite you in the ass. It's the expense after all.
That churn. They would look towards Mateo and say, Mateo, listen, if you ever run into anything in the future, just let me know.
Don't worry about it, no. No worry. We good.
All right.
Listen, my friend, I used to be big into gambling, like real big. And you know what I learned to fix that problem? Muscles. If you spend all your time working out, you never have time to gamble.
Okay.
Or making babies. You could do that one too. That one's also a legitimate option.
You'll see Dee bristle just a little bit because of where she comes from.
That's so cute.
She will just, that's a privilege not a lot of people get.
Yeah.
I do understand that I am in a privileged position. I'm trying to do better.
Mateo was gonna give like a look to the captain, like, what the fuck did we get on board here?
I said the script was good, y'all. Just be nice to the guests.
All right,
You would treat me like you treat anybody else.
Oh, please don't tell them that.
Oh, really now?
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, if we're going to be together this long, then I should try to fit in just like anybody else. If y'all need me to do some work, I'm willing to do work. I will sweep. I will mop. Whatever it takes.
I think I may have just a job for you after this.
Well, you're a big boy. What do you like to specialize in? I mean, that's a lot of muscles for just mopping, but I mean,
No,
Big
these
mop.
are really just for show. And they keep me looking young.
so they're not functional.
I mean, I can use them. Yeah, of course.
All right. I mean, hey, if you could use them, security is always a benefit. But whatever floats your boat. Well, I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
but
we
don't
could do
you
something.
security people use guns and such?
That too.
Not
Yeah,
always.
I stay away from those. I did take stick fighting once.
I'll walk up behind Nami and like rest my hands on his shoulder, and I'll like look over his head and be like, he thinks I need a bodyguard. It's cool. And I'll pat him on the shoulder and walk away and be like, I'm going to go get pre-flight all checked out, make
Yeah.
sure everything got delivered to the ship that was supposed to. Anybody really want to come help me with inventory real quick? I don't want to leave here if we got anything missing because we ain't coming back for a minute.
I'll go with you. Make sure you're safe.
Within the ship, you gotta be safe.
And they'll stand up.
What dangerous thing is on the ship?
Hey, you never know.
I'll turn. There's literally nothing dangerous currently on the ship that I am aware of, but his uncle will beat his entire ass if anything happens to me, and I'm kind of over it.
The full moon, and I'm not trying to deal with that.
The uncle remember the 2364 glitter incident.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It got everywhere.
Cleaning that shit out of the air
Very
vents was real
confused by
bad.
this situation, but
Nice to meet you.
I will learn.
They'll smirk and they'll follow D
Alright.
for inventory.
Yeah, and I mean it's easy enough to do most of the inventory from your command deck, since everything that comes on board typically get registered and put on.
Mm-hmm.
And you can also, if you want to, physically go down in your cargo bay and
Yeah,
for
I would
other-
physically go
physical
down just to make
things.
sure that like the crates are all there. I'll
Yeah.
pop a couple of them open just to make sure there's actual stuff in it and we didn't get
Yeah.
robbed in the middle of like. I'm just gonna do the just in case because I don't want to get stuck out in the middle of space missing something we desperately need, especially not with a very high profile guest on board.
yeah, especially beyond the ring, resupply is not always easy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, your cargo, whatever physical object you may need, you're good. Going back to your command post, chit-chatting with your pilot, and going through your board. Your PDC are not fully topped off, but that's just because it's fucking expensive, and you have other priority.
Mm-hmm.
But at least 3/4 there. Like any armament, it's not a priority, although depending if the system piracy is still a thing.
Yeah, I would make sure that like we at least
Yeah,
have a
yeah,
couple
yeah,
of
if you- yeah, if-
torpedoes. Our
yeah, if you-
PDC is as topped
yeah.
off as it can get. Like we have enough to defend ourselves if
Yeah.
we have to, but we're not
Yeah.
out there looking for a fight.
Yeah, if anything, you can always try to maneuver yourself out of there. But yeah, you're good for that. Your tank has been filled. Water tank is good.
How many torpedoes do we have?
5.
Okay. Just so I can keep an eye on the stock.
Yeah. You have you hear some scratching in the vent. It's probably like Matteo trying to teach Ash how to scrub shit in there, but Ash is too big to properly fit where it needs to be. So in Loda, can you get in there and just reach and clean that with the rag and all, right? You're good, right?
You're muted.
Dimples, you're muted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there you
Yeah.
He just lost
I'm
word.
sorry. I'm absolutely doing my thing and helping
Yeah.
out.
Oh yeah, Matteo is gonna give you all the shitty job that he does not want to do.
and there's no complaint. Like it is just like a whistle while you work thing. He's actually probably way too happy while he's doing this, like almost the kind of happy, cheery vibes that makes people uncomfortable, sort of thing.
Yeah.
We're hearing whistling through the ducts, and it's like,
Yeah. Wondering where the fuck did they get like this
Nami,
inner?
is this fucking dude for real?
I guess. I mean, they make them different on Earth. It
Does
seems.
Mateo have him scrubbing the inside of the freaking? And I'm gonna go over comms. Mateo,
Yes, boss
get
man.
him out of the air vents. We cleaned him yesterday. Don't be a dick. Everybody gets strapped in. We're leaving.
All right, boss man. I'm gonna get ready. All right, big boy. You can get out of there. I'm just fucking with you.
Mr.
Yeah.
Phoenix, if you'd like to join us on the deck to watch what a launch looks like, feel free to join us up here. We've got an extra seat.
Absolutely, Captain. You got it. And don't you worry. If that was fucking with me, then this ain't so bad at all. I thought, I joined a fraternity once, and there was some way. You know what? Never mind. Well, I'm gonna go talk to the captain.
Take a note of that as they sit back in their seat.
Yeah, I'll put
Everybody-
like a launch timer on that we're leaving in 10 minutes, and for everybody to start securing all of their gear and get ready to go.
Yeah, everything is getting secure. Morgan is going over like the launch thing. Clara's making sure that the med bay is safe and secure. Don't want a wayward thing just to go by.
Nami
Mateo will be
writes down in a notebook that to ask Ash about the fraternity later.
Mateo and always, low-key gambling, trying to make bet with people on board, see how quick Ash will possibly either pass out or puke if there's a spin.
But yeah, I mean, I'll get strapped in. I'll ask Ash. I'll be like, "Do you know how to fasten yourself into one of these, or do you need some help?"
No, absolutely. I know how to strap myself in. That's not too big of a deal. Usually,
I'm gonna-
just takes a little time for adjustments to fit over my person because I'm a little bit bigger than the belters who are usually.
Yeah. Here I am, all of 5'6" and might be 125 pounds. She's solid muscle, but she tiny and skinny.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, yep.
Yeah, but he gets
And I'm
himself
gonna-
strapped in.
I'm gonna sit and watch, make sure he's strapped in correctly, because I don't want any
Yeah.
accidents of the high-profile passengers. And then I'll strap in into my seat next to him.
And I mean, you're probably like gonna, get out of here pulling 5G right away. Probably just gonna go at maximum like 1G.
Yeah, it's just gonna be a single, like, we're just getting out of here, headed out. We're not
Yeah.
trying to race anywhere. We're just traveling.
All right. So quickly enough, you can communicate with Tycho station, ready to uncouple from the station. Make sure that you don't stay dock and break something. That
Mhm.
would be awkward.
Tycho, are we clear to go?
Tycho station to go. Y'all clear to go.
All right, we are uncoupling now, and
Yep.
we will see you when we get back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stay safe, y'all.
And the trip from Tycho to Uranus about 4 or 5 days. At least if you want to go at 1G.
Yeah, I don't think we're not going to burn fuel like that. We're going to try to be as
Yeah.
conservative as possible without just floating.
Yeah.
Ash is recording all of this. He's like,
Yeah, she's fine with
off, baby.
she's fine with the drones and stuff being up here while we're just doing kind of basic stuff.
Yeah.
All right. So, any downtime activity that you wish to do and perform on board the Ghost? Any question that you may have for, your guests? And because all you know that is, I do believe, what would I've asked have is PR team communicate to the crew when it comes to details?
This
why
would
they're
have
going
been
there.
Definitely a charitable endeavor, going to secure secure assets to help people who are in need. Essentially, this is all just being put out. It's sort of like in the name of charity. This is why he's going. He wants to personally oversee this situation to make sure that people know that Ash Phoenix is still a man of the people. It doesn't matter what people or what planet they're on, Ash is always going to be there for them.
So this would have been like the general information that you, as a captain of the crew, Captain Dylan, would have received from the corporation, like Tychus, they would retransmit that those exact same details.
Yeah, we don't know anything other than it's a charity mission. And the minute that he showed up with cameras, I'm like, oh, this is a publicity stunt. But whatever, we're getting paid.
Yeah.
I feel like Nami would head over to where Rowan and Mateo is during one of the days, and as they make their way over, they will look towards Mateo and say, "Hey, so listen, I get the whole hazing ordeal. You know, it's calls for the territory, but just be cautious. I had some personal experiences myself with people who they could take advantage of others, take advantage of me specifically. Safe to say, it didn't really go so well for that individual when my friend put him on his back. So I was just like, I just wanted to give you a, just a heads up. Just be cautious. Just be cautious."
Looking at you like, so no offense, Nami, but you're coming here to me about that. As an Nina, telling me about people taking advantage of you.
I'm just saying.
Like,
I had some experiences during some training exercises. People like to play around with you a bit, and it's all fun and games if someone doesn't take it so nicely.
Oh yeah, it is all fun and game until and I decide that the beta does not need that much oxygen to live. No, we've been there before, so we don't worry, Nami. We understand, certain situation can be. I just wanted to fuck around with it,
Yeah, and I got your back. You're
Yeah.
part of the crew. So long you're part of the crew, you're part of
Yeah,
my
we do.
friends.
We don't see many like Tinkerbell coming around on board a ship like that. So they said fuck with them a little bit of fun. It's all good. Don't worry.
He looks towards Rowan, and he's just like, "Is Mateo teaching you his ways?" I'm guessing.
I've learned quite a bit working down here with Mateo. It's been quite informative.
What has he taught you exactly? I'm curious.
Some of the finer points of gambling has been quite fascinating. I'm not so good at the drinking. It tends to go to my head rather quickly. But he always seems to get me back to my bunk okay.
There's a bit of overlap between gambling and actually putting back together part of a ship. Sometimes you have to gamble on which part you want to see as more priority before something break. I've been in this situation before where my drive was dead. I had to gamble. Do I want my communication or try to fix my drive back? And sometimes you just need to patch things up a little bit and just fidget around and you make money.
Have you tried gambling without the alcohol and see if it has improved your chances by chance?
What's the fun in that?
Just asking. What about you, Ro? Have you gave that a shot?
Oh no, I'm not. I'm not very good at the drinking or the gambling, and you put them both together, and it's just
Yeah.
not.
Last time he
It's
lost
not
his
the-
he lost his overall last time. It was
I-
funny.
Oh no.
We weren't gonna talk about that. That's okay. It's fine. We're bonding.
Man, we're becoming best friend.
Yeah.
Well,
He's like a brother from a completely different set of parents.
I know that saying a little bit differently, but I get you there. All right, I'm glad that y'all are able to bond over this. Just maybe, how about this? Let's try this as an experiment. I'll give you what's it called? Sorry, scripts, right?
Well, it's really like credit, like Martian credit. Yeah,
Martian.
some slang would call it a script.
I'll give you some Martian credits. Give it a try without drinking. Let me know how you go.
No, and anyway, we're going beyond the ring. Captain, no drinking on the job.
That's true. That's true. We'll be head back. I mean, it's only going to take what, 4 days, 5 days?
Well, that's to the ring. After that, it takes a bit more time to wherever think about wants us to go.
Oh, that's true. All right, well, remind me. I'm really curious about this experiment. If I give you and Rose some money without drinking, I'm curious how to see your findings.
Did the captain tell you anything about specific detail? Like, I know we're going there. Things like some kind of like fancy charity and things like that. I don't know. How about you, Ro? Did Captain tell you anything?
The only thing Cap tells me is keep the engine running. Other than that,
I would have
really
told the
don't-
whole crew that we were taking somebody out on a charity
Well,
Yeah.
tour, but that's it because that's all she knows.
Yeah, I think we're all on the same page regarding that. We don't really have much more information besides this charity event, so it sounds like an easy job to me. Especially for me, I don't have nothing to worry about. Like, who's going to shoot someone at a charity event? So, never mind. I retract my statement. He smirks. He says, "Well, you all have some fun. I'm glad you all have a great time. I'll catch you all later."
All right.
And they head on up.
I would probably offer Ash a tour of the ship.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going to take me up on it or not, but I figure if he's going to be filming, he might as well get the grand tour.
And you have a
So,
pretty
Oh,
decent
yeah,
ship.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like, there's no doubt he would not pass that up because he's thinking of things that he could do to design. At the very least, get some new paints on here or something that could give this ship more life and color. Because this is just.
would he
not
say
it.
any of that out loud?
Oh yeah. He's probably just like mumbling to himself, but
So
not
the
quietly.
last thing I show, I'll be like, well, if you think, color, you're really going to love this. I pop the door to my cabin, which has the entire cabin has a humongous mural that is painted all the way around the room, 360 degrees, to look like a hammock on the beach, fading from like what Earth's oceans used to look like that I've only ever seen in picture books, that fades from a sunset up into a galaxy across the ceiling.
Oh my stars and goddess.
Yeah, Lola's pretty good with some spray paint. It's a friend of mine.
This is amazing. Why doesn't the rest of the ship look like this?
Well, I mean, it costs a lot of money to have a ship painted, and they were kind enough to do this for me as a friend,
You know
a very
what?
close and dear friend.
Maybe I'll call them in because
Yeah, they could use the work.
more of this. Are they looking for a job?
I don't know. I can contact them and find out. They ain't gonna want to
I'm
come all the way
hiring
out here,
talented
though.
artists. Yeah, that I didn't. On Earth.
Well, we'll have to see if they can handle the G's. They're a
They-
belter, so
Yes. Then the great state of Texas might not be exactly the best place for them.
Texas, you say?
Yes, it did.
Wow. What's it like on that end of the world?
Hot.
Probably a lot wider open than Baltimore is, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Or what's left.
What's left?
You must never go there, Simba.
Wow.
Captain.
Yes.
Now look, I'm sure you don't have a whole lot of expectations of me or what I am capable of, but I do want you to know that if you need me for something, to talk to people, to be a mouthpiece, to call in some favors, I'm glad to do that for you. You
Okay.
are likely being a little put out by having to do this business for me, and I just want to make sure the favor is repaid.
Honestly, it's not really that much of a put out as long as we're getting paid. At the end of the day, it's all about the script and making sure that my crew is taken care of and fed. I'm kind of the
seems like
mama
the-
bear around here. I collect strays
but
that need homes.
That seems like a little bit of the bottom of the barrel. Like that's the bare minimum.
No. Bare minimum is survival. And I'll like look at him in deadpan and be like, I'm a citizen of Mars because I was born undocumented in Baltimore. I know what it's like to be less than nothing. Right now, we got it pretty good comparatively. I was born in a gutter and raised in a gutter. We drink sewer water to stay alive. We got it much better up here. But I appreciate the sentiment. I just want to keep my crew fed, watered, happy, make sure they have everything they need, because some of them may never be able to set foot on a planet.
We're
It's a
gonna do
plight a
something to
lot of
change
Earthers
that.
don't understand.
The Phoenix Way ain't one to leave the people that we meet in dire situations.
I can appreciate that. Coffee or tea? Or do you want some booze?
I try to keep the carbs to the weekends, and I'm not exactly sure what day it is.
I'm going to look at my community comms. What day is it? Because I don't know.
Yeah,
So-
throw the curveball at the GM. Tell us what day it is.
Like Earther Day, what day is it?
So, or today, let's call it a Tuesday.
On Earth, it's Tuesday.
Oh, then yeah, this is not a drinking day for me.
Well, I mean, we got coffee and tea. You ain't got to put nothing sweet in it if you don't want to.
Yeah, I'll do the coffee black.
Yeah, I'll head down and go grab a couple of coffee. Well, I'll grab him a coffee. I'll grab me a tea.
Yep.
Hand it over. Be like, you're welcome to stop by and say, hey, whenever. Just if I'm not in my quarters, it's off limits.
Ah, Captain.
You don't have to salute me. This isn't the military. Contrary to what Nami believes, this is not military. This is a privately owned vessel.
Legitimate salvage.
Legitimate salvage.
Sure it is.
It is. I've got the paperwork to prove it. And I'll pull the paperwork right out of the desk and hand it over so that he can see that I have all of the paperwork saying it is a legitimate owned salvage Corvette class freighter.
Yeah.
Frigate.
I mean, most likely be digital registration because paper is a bit of a liability.
Well, yeah, like the
sometimes.
digital, like the paperwork, like the
Sure.
digital
Yeah,
files
yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah, legitimate salvage.
I do own the ship.
Granted, when the
Oh,
ship
it
was
wasn't a dog
found,
dog
was a bit of a piece
ownership.
of crap. That was in much more worse shape than it is now.
Yeah, Nami's uncle sunk a lot of money to make sure that this ship stays in one piece.
Who is Nami's uncle? Heard uncle a bunch of times.
His name's Phoenix. He was a real good friend of mine. He's still a real good friend of mine. We have been friends for a very, very long time. We went through some shit many years ago on Tycho.
Phoenix is a great name. Sounds like a great man.
Mm-hmm. He is. He's, enjoying retirement on Mars right now.
Hopefully he left a good legacy before he decided to retire.
Oh, no, he's still working. He claims to be retired.
Yeah, that sounds like my future. Perhaps
Possibly.
I'd settle down and play ball or something with all the kids.
How many kids do you have? Just out of sheer curiosity.
And he legitimately kind of has a far off look. He starts counting. Oh God. 7. It is either 14 or 17.
That's a lot of numbers. 2, how do you not know if 3 of them? Do I even want to know the answer to this question?
I can probably look them up, but it's just memorizing all the numbers and stuff like that, and then running a successful business that crosses several planets and space stations. It's a lot to keep up with.
I wouldn't know. I would have no clue. So good on you, I guess. I hope you keep in touch with them.
Pictures if you like.
Sure, you got pictures? Show me, and I'll let him show me pictures of all the kids.
And he's just flicking through.
I'll let him go full proud papa. All these kids, huh? You love them?
Each and every one of them. I'm not always there, but I do anything for them. And their mothers.
That's, more than a lot of people do.
It's never enough.
All right, yeah, well. It's more than my parents did. Because I don't even know who they are. So.
You want to try to find them?
Baltimore is a nuclear waste zone. The likelihood I would ever find them is slim to none.
A little bit of money goes a long way, or a lot of bit of money goes a much longer way, though.
All right, well, we'll talk later if you're really, truly interested in looking, but I don't think we find them.
Let me know if you ever want to take me up on that offer.
Will do.
I know a guy and a girl and a few other guys too, and some non-binary people as well.
All right. And she's going to sit there and just wonder if that's even a million degrees of possibilities, because she literally has no clue who her parents are. She doesn't even know what name she had when she was born. She was assigned a number.
Yeah. All right. So, unless anything else, anybody wants to do anything else, within a few days, you at least reach Uranus, the ring, and within Medina Station, where you get communication from the station. Medina Station goes, can you please state the reason of business going to to the ring, and which system are you planning to go to?
Well, do we know what system we're going to? Did Ash give us this information?
Yeah, you would, Ash, if Ash, I'm assuming he gave you the information, it would be the Caerus system, and it's the name of the show.
Yeah, hi, we are on a charity mission. We are headed to the Caerus system. Information would have been sent to head from Earth.
All right, one moment. our information checked out. Ghosts here are free to go. Please remain at a slow speed just in case the ring decide to just freeze everything once again. We don't want that to happen. Safe travel, no weapon firing or eye energy.
Nope, we have no intention. We are
Propulsion.
just passing through.
All right.
All right,
Safe
ghost
travel.
out. Thank you. And I will, relay to Morgan. I'll be like, all right, we're cleared for transport. Let's
All right, boss. God.
all right.
All right, gonna decelerate that, and I mean, we know what it is good through. It's always fucking weird.
Mm-hmm. Everybody get ready for shit to get weird. Sit down if you gotta. If you puke, you're cleaning it up yourself. And I'm just like announcing it to the entire ship.
And you do
It's
feel a
also
bit of
fun
it.
time.
You do feel a bit like as Morgan just give it like the burst of the drive to decelerate a bit more. You may feel it like going from like what you were expecting to a bit even a slower speed as you're going through the ring, and as you pass through, like you don't see anything, but you know that feeling when you go in an elevator and it goes like real fucking fast, and like it's weird in your stomach. You do feel a bit that as you go through, and it will take a bit of time as you're going through, and if you're monitoring through, any system, what is on the outside is essentially this weird blue space with a lot of other, exit towards various system. At the center of it, there's a big, massive station, making sure that no weird shit goes through. And the reason that they advise you not to, bring too much mass or shoot weapons because, well, it's technology that sometimes will not like things like that. Too many missile may remove few ship from its existence within the station, and we don't want that. It's safer now, but it's still a very dangerous space to travel, and depending on the system that you go through, some may present new and unexpected danger, and some seems to be just dead system completely, with no at least registered life form within. Caerus is a system. It's not one that you would know very, very much about, most likely. Actually, could you, or anybody that wants to give me just have a check? We're gonna go and as an average here. It would be an intelligence. Let's go.
16.
It's just intelligence, and if you have any focus that you do believe that would work well with that.
Well, my intelligence is garbage, but I have 2 in history. I have a focus in history. Would that work?
Okay.
I have a focus in intuition, but I don't know if that's going to do anything. But my intelligence roll was a 16, so.
Which is pretty good. Any stunt point generated?
No. No, I rolled a 6, a 5, and a 2.
Okay. So.
And then I have a +3, so.
Yeah. So Caerus is not a system that has been widely explored. There's just so many out there that it's hard to get all information. But it seems to be at least a system that is alive. There's a star and some planets around it. And some of those planets seem to possibly have some life form on them, at least. Probes show like water, oxygen, and things that would allow for survival of carbon-based life forms such as humans, at least in theory. So within a few days, you're able to reach, go through the system, no problem. Ash, now that you are in the Caerus system, what additional detail are you providing about said quote-unquote charitable travel? Because you are here with a very specific purpose, I do believe.
Yeah. I think Ash goes to the captain first. Doesn't talk to anybody else until after. But it goes to the captain first. And he's like, "All right, look, Cap. Things are a little bit more complicated than they seem, right? That's kind of how these things work, or what have you.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Something happened to one of my ships that I sent out this way.
Okay.
We lost communications. Something about advising on a system issue, cargo, trying to resolve, and then it cut out, right?
Okay.
Now look, here's the thing. This vessel was transporting something pretty interesting. Me and my scientists have worked on some new materials. The formula is not exactly public, if you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
I want to
Can
make sure that
can
I'm
you
the person
please just
covering.
speak plainly and tell me what is going on?
We got to go see what happened to that ship to make sure that the information that I was sending out this way to my scientists don't get to somebody else.
So we're on a recovery mission and an investigation mission. This ain't nothing to do with charity.
Precisely.
I want that drone put away.
The drone's already off. As soon as he started talking to you about this, that drone was...
I want the drone put away. I don't want to see it on my ship again.
Hey, I can't promise that.
I don't want to see it on my ship again while we're working.
That I could do, probably.
You
I have
paid us to
certain
come out here on a...
requirements to a company I have aboard.
Yeah, well, I don't want my crew or myself or my information anywhere being beamed back to your company. That was not what we originally agreed upon.
Oh, none of this is being back. This is all me getting first pass at it. That was the agreement that we made.
I'm going to sit down and start looking for drive signatures and start looking to see if I can trace a ship anywhere in the area.
So, with that in mind,
Because I would have asked him for all the information
Yeah.
on the ship so I can start actually doing my job.
so you, Ash, will have most likely received some I think vague details on the last whereabout of the ship. The Oni is the name of the ship. Give if you honestly want some assistance from somebody on board your ship, or you're just looking at that navigation yourself, you can just give me intelligence navigation, or if you want, like, bring somebody, one of your crew.
Does anybody
crewmate-
have navigation as a thing that they have? If they do, I would have them roll it. If not, I would just roll the intelligence check.
I mean,
'Cause my
technically,
intelligence is pretty high.
your pilot would have that.
Then I would pull Morgan aside and be like, "We're looking for this ship."
All right, and she brings up like essentially 3D
Mhm.
holographic board and whatever information that she may be able to pull from that. So, all right, so that's the drive signature. That's last location of the communication, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right. Got it narrowed down. And I'm not gonna increase the churn because an NPC roll that would generate stun point. Unless you want, shit show to happen a bit faster, I'm fine.
No, we would really prefer not to have the shit show get started right away.
Mhm.
Depends on who you
I mean,
ask.
at turn 1, it's fine. Everything is good. Everything's, easy peasy.
Now, just to
Things goes
clarify,
real bad until turn 30 is the worst.
I just wanted to clarify. There was, I think, a couple rolls back where I did get some step points.
Okay,
it was 3.
As did
okay.
I.
Okay.
Mm.
Any of those rolled that you would have rolled a 6 on your drama die?
I rolled a 6 on my drama die on the last one.
Okay, so that would have been generated. Because there's a few things that will increase the turn pool. If it is a success and it's a 6 on drama die, if you spend 4 or more stun point,
Or spin or
yeah,
get?
you
I
have
didn't-
you have to spend.
Oh, I haven't spent it yet. Okay,
Yeah.
my bad.
If any fortune point are spent after the die roll,
Okay.
if you successfully overcome an encounter or hazard, which hasn't happened yet, and technically at the end of every scene.
What?
So technically we had 2 scenes, more or less.
Mm-hmm.
So that would bring it to turn 3, which is still good. You still 700.
Fine.
The first
For now.
thing. Yeah, you're good. You're still early on, and it only reset at the end of the adventure, which the adventure may be, a few episodes. So, or if it's 30, then it's gonna reset.
So only will we spin points.
4 more
does
stun
it-
point. Yeah.
4 or more. Okay, then
Yeah.
I haven't worked. I only got
Yeah.
3. Okay, cool.
So you get a general idea of roughly where it is. You would need to get there, do some passive scan on whatever you may find. I don't believe that the Oni would be using very, very fancy ass stealth technology, because that's probably not what they went there. It's not an Anubis class ship, which. So.
Yeah, this was probably a situation where the only best way of blending in was to look like everybody else, sort of
Yeah,
situation.
most likely looking like a freighter.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a general pinpoint. We don't have a real specific.
Yeah, I mean, you're still within a few clicks of where it is, which is not,
Could I
compared
use
to
my intuition to see if I could narrow it down a little bit?
Absolutely.
All right. It's a +2 with my intuition, right? So +3 for my perception and then +2 for the intuition.
Yep.
Okay. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 14.
14. Yep. That is a success. And it's not a 6 on the drama die. Okay.
No.
So you're able to working with Morgan, navigating through around here, get within a matter of hours a very passive ping on what is an object in space, which is not a planet or something, although it is roughly near a planet. It's not a moon, it's not a rock. It is a ship. It is a derelict ship at the moment. You don't have any heat from drive. The drive seems to be cold.
Open comms and try to hail the ship. This is Captain Namita Dillon of the Ghost. Anybody there?
You don't get any signal there, any answer back.
Well, either their comms are dead or there's nobody on the ship. Can we get close enough to see lights or whatever to see which ship it is and if it's the Oni or not?
Yeah, you would be able to get close enough and would external scan, try to have a look. Give me here. It would be just perception, seeing, trying to get any visual. And Ash, if you wish to assist with that, you may roll as well.
12,
You would have an idea of what it only looked like.
15, and there was a 6 on the drama die.
Okay. Yeah. You take a look around. Spin a
What am I
bit around.
rolling?
You would be rolling your perception. If you were trying to look at the scan as well,
Yeah.
you would be perception seeing as well.
Yeah.
So 3d6 plus your perception, and if you have a focus in seeing. Hey, sometimes not very good is not too bad.
That is a 10.
And then you're able to look at the ship, but Dylan, who is probably a bit more used to looking at screens like that, you do notice on the livery the ship name, which is in fact the Oni. It is a big freighter. Drive appears to be inactive at the moment.
Ash, I think I found one of your kids of the ship persuasion. Well, who's going to check it out? I will call the entire crew up on the deck. So, the other shoe finally dropped like I warned everybody it probably would. We're here looking for a ship. We found it. Do we have any volunteers who want to go over and check it out?
What are we doing on the ship? Are we just looking around? Are we trying to get it moving again?
I don't know. We don't know what's going on over there, but Mr. Phoenix here has lost an entire crew. Has gone
Data
calm,
recovery.
quiet. So we maybe
Ultimately data recovery.
data recovery, maybe a
There's
if
crew,
we can.
obviously, them first, but if there's none, then and he brings up what he's looking for, which is essentially like a small hard drive.
Yeah.
I need this back.
Well, I volunteer our best engineer, and I, smack my heel smack on Rowan's back. Yeah, if anybody can, get you information, and it's good to have somebody that actually go there and do ship diagnostic, right, Rowan?
If I am needed, sure. Yeah, yeah.
Spacewalk. So, you got this. I believe in you. It's gonna be going much better than last time.
We're not gonna dock with the ship.
I mean, unless you want to bring on the cord and just connect to the ship if the boss.
If Captain says spacewalk, we'll do spacewalk.
We're just gonna pull up alongside of it. Spacewalk. We're going a couple hundred feet. It's gonna be fine.
Thank you. Said name was Rowan, right?
Yes.
Rowan, what do you like to eat?
Generally, just simple, normal stuff, I guess. That's an interesting question. As we're talking about spacewalks,
I brought a bunch of food, and obviously, money is the motivator here. But I figured, how do you feel about peanut butter?
Oh,
Like real
my
peanut,
God, I haven't
not
had
that
peanut butter
synthetic shit.
in like 25 years.
I mean, if you have actual peanut butter, are you trying to bribe me in front of the captain?
This
I
is
feel-
not bribery.
Oh,
this is
okay.
A gift, and you won't even have to claim it on
a
your
gift.
taxes.
Like, that's how you do that, right, Mateo? It's a gift.
Yeah, you got it.
Excellent.
Well, obviously, I'm going over because I have to protect y'all. So,
Well, had a feeling. It was like this is a charity event, and we be nice and calm. I get to meet quite a few individuals. Safe to say that this does not seems to be the case.
I
Well,
warned y'all there was probably more to it.
I'm 19. I still trust people. Well,
It's a
how
good
we go?
quality, kid. It absolutely is. You know, I got a son about your age.
Wait, how old are you?
Oh, yeah, I'm 45. 40. Yeah, 45.
Oh,
Yeah, he's just a
I-
little older than I am.
did not expect that. I definitely thought you were a bit younger. Wow. Well, it's okay. It just means we just have to change tactics. Going from charity to rescue mission
Yeah,
along
we
with
don't
data
know.
extraction.
We don't know yet, but if we're going over, y'all need to suit up. Mr. Phoenix, are you coming with us or nah?
If you'd have me, Captain.
You ever been on a spacewalk before?
I've done a few.
You said
Most
you don't like them, but
flunkies.
you ever shot a gun before?
Yes, I have.
Somebody get this man
live
equipment
in
in a vac
Texas.
suit, and she's gonna turn around and walk away and go get suited up.
And pretty much faster than the eye can see, you just see a pistol just wrap around the fingers and holds it out to Ash. It says, "Got your one already prepared."
You just walk around with that on a ship?
Of course.
And I'll hear that from behind me, be like, "He's security. Of course he does."
There's lockers for these, and you don't just walk around with guns. Who's gonna attack you? You know who the crew is.
Well, just in case. You never know when something may occur. Always have your precious by your side.
You know
Or a
what?
couple.
You fit
If you're
right
lucky.
in Texas. And he grabs a gun.
Texas.
Mhm.
Come on. I'm like, as a Martian, like, how much would I know about Texas? Probably not much, I guess.
Honestly, actually, probably a lot because a lot of Martian culture is surprisingly Texan.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Okay. In that case,
like,
it's just
like if you look at the true central hub of like a lot of Martian things, it's either China or Texas.
hmm That's
Oh, hey,
totally
with the
true.
bar
Like,
scene. Yeah.
there's a
I
reason
forgot.
that Dee's got a thing for Southern accents. So-
Mm. Well, in
So-
that case, he was like, well, that's a compliment. I appreciate it.
Look, there's some cowboy bar on fucking Mars.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
So as everybody's suiting up and getting ready to see what's going on,
I'm gonna triple check Ash's suit just
Yeah.
to be sure it's on right, because there ain't no way he's been in one of these.
as we're triple checking all this, getting ready for a bit of a spacewalk, that's where we're gonna take a little break because we've been going on for a little bit. That's the first part here.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be on a quick little break. Be right back in a few minutes. Yeah, go get up, drink, get some water, and all that, and we'll be back. And we are back. So, real quick before the break, the crew of the Ghost met a new traveling companion, Mr. Ash Phoenix, eccentric billionaire from Texas. Uh, that was initially quote unquote saying that it was on a charity trip, which turned out to be a bit more into the care system by going through the ring. Now they came upon the very, very quiet ship that is the Oni. There's no sign of the drive signature being hot or showing that it was turned on recently. Just recently went down.
And we would have scanned for like any holes in the hull. We would have looked for any
Hmm.
major damages and that kind of thing, right? Like
Yeah.
I would assume before we would just jump over there.
Yeah. So looking at like the hull, you don't see any structural damage. Uh, one of the I'm not sure how familiar you may be with Frederick. Just a fairly standard about them. One thing that you would have probably noticed, uh, some components like either detachment, like cargo, like shuttle things, seem to be missing from the ship. Whether or not it was just not there before and never been replaced, or it went out for something. So yeah.
All right. Well, I'm I'm captain. Most of y'all ain't done this before. I'm gonna grab like one of the lines to attach and jump over, and then have everybody else like carabiner themselves to the line and come over, as opposed to try to just jump because I'm not chasing somebody through space today. So I will like attach the line to myself, jump over. Like I'm gonna assume that we put the airlock hatches so that they're lined up, and I'm gonna jump over and latch, and then have everybody latch
Yeah.
onto the line and come over.
And using just a bit more proper line, just like to line you properly. As
And I would have radioed up to Morgan that I was leaving the ship, and
yeah.
that, you know,
Oh,
as
your
XO
crew is aware.
XO, she's in command until I get back, or they're in command until I get back.
It's probably not your first exploration of something outside. You got used to it with the years.
Yeah, I'm like 25, 26 years in space.
Yeah.
We're good.
I think Nami would actually wait towards the end, especially as the security. They would make sure everyone else goes across okay before they make their leap.
So as you approach on the other side of the freighter's airlock, which is probably the easiest way to enter air, the airlock seems to be closed. Whether or not oxygen is within the vessel ship, that is unsure. But it seems to be closed, so you can attempt to override it, or have somebody on board try to override it for you.
Yeah, I mean, I would obviously, before I did anything, like flashlight in, trying to make sure that the airlock has actually got a seal on it before we tried to just bust it open, because I don't want to vent the entire ship if there's somebody in there.
Yeah, the exterior lock door is solid. There's no actual window within, because windows are a structural weakness. You don't want windows. Like usually, like it's
Yeah,
two
no, I
door
get
for a
that.
lock, right? The one inside has some window usually, to make sure the other door on the other side is actually properly closed.
Then I would have somebody on the ship scanning to make sure that we can get in here safely without endangering somebody who might be on board. Safety first.
Yeah. Trying to do passive scan. You don't. There's no mention of like oxygen on board at the moment. At least not in where the airlock is, but it does show that both door are closed. Can and no, Morgan. Whenever you signal captain, I can try to override that lock.
Yeah, go
And-
for it. If everybody's getting close, I just tell her to go for it.
Yeah.
So the people have a place to land.
Yeah.
Tell them to go for it.
Yeah, because you don't want to bounce. Yeah, airlock is open. You're able to get in.
Yeah, I'll lock my bag boots down and just start helping people aboard as they come across.
Yeah. Get on board. Everybody. I'm not. I could be a dick and make you like do a dexterity test and see. Actually, Ash, is it? Is it? How many spacewalk have you done before?
I'm gonna guess this is his first one.
Maybe like 2.
All right. So in this case, I will give. I ask me to just like give me a general dexterity free fall.
Oh, that's not bad.
Just don't go like. Don't just fuck it real bad. Like it should be good.
Yeah, no, that is a 13.
13. All right. Like a buff to ballerina, you managed to make your way over there. Not with super much grace, but you make it there, right? At least you did not, drift in space, because that would just be very bad.
It's not
but-
the most dexterous, but he does okay.
Yeah, he does okay. Yeah, you managed to make your way to the airlock. Now, whether or not you wish to activate your mag boot or just free fall around is up to you.
He's absolutely activated mag boost because
Yeah,
feet on the ground.
you're not as quick and nimble, but hey, you're gonna be able to at least safety there. You're not gonna just go flying. Perfect. And as soon as everybody's on there, we're gonna close the door behind you, and is able to grant you some access to open the other one.
And I'll immediately check like oxygen sensors and stuff to see if the ship's got oxygen.
You come on board within like this main room, there, which is more or less a cargo bay. There's no oxygen, whether it was vented on purpose or there's a leak somewhere that may have not been noticed.
Well, this sucks. I immediately get my gun out.
What's wrong?
There's no oxygen in here. Somebody vented the whole ship.
Well, the rescue port is out. Do you have any enemies?
I'm a CEO of a large corporation. Of course, I have enemies.
Who do you think would want to do this? You have any ideas?
Not exactly, but I'm sure I could find it out.
Yeah, maybe we keep it moving first and we talk about logistics later.
All right.
Weapons out, folks.
Yeah.
They take out their rifle, and I think at this point, since now definitely seems to be on edge, they'll probably take point to keep an eye out, make sure nothing is.
And then I would bring up the rear to make sure that I keep the newbies between us just in case.
And currently, the only light source within the ship is the one from your suit. There is no light up at all in that cargo bay. It's pitch black. So, if we look at the structure of a freighter, let's see here.
Yeah, I would be asking Ash for directions. Mr. Phoenix, this is your
I
ship.
just share the
Yeah.
the what do you call it? The schematics
Yeah,
for the ship to you.
Let's head for the deck.
Mm. All right.
Take it easy though. Let's not try to rush. I don't want to get jumped.
Oh, of course. This ain't my first rodeo. And you see them make their way down the hallway extremely slowly, keeping eyes out and following the directions that Ash provides, making their way to the deck.
Yeah, so the Oni is probably like a grand old class light freighter. It's not a very big one, but it's not also compared to the Ghost. It is a big ship, but that's just because there's a lot of space for cargo and shit.
Yeah.
So you came. All right. So where would that be? All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you came in through the cargo hold. If you're going, seeing the ship as like a building. If you're going downstairs, you would have your engineering machine shop. Below that, your water storage and other storage of things. Above you would probably know that's the galley. Above that, crew quarter. Above that, operation, and above that, flight deck.
They turn around towards Ash. It says, "This item, you say, will be on the deck, right? Is that where we can find it, or is it somewhere else?" Oh, that's the Ash, by the way.
Yeah. You would assume probably something like that would probably be held under like an operation or under the flight deck. It would not be logical for it to be anywhere else per se.
All right. In that case, we slowly started to make our way up.
Mm-hmm. Going around, you don't see any, at least within the cargo bay. Give me a perception seeing.
Okay. Okay. So that was a 6 on the stat die. I did get stat points for this.
Okay.
So that's going to be 18.
18. All right. And you want to spend stunt point on this?
No. I'm not spending it. I got 6 points from
Okay. So still within the cargo hold with like airlock and all that, you don't see any structural damage at all. Like you don't see any sign that this ship would have been at least boarded here by pirates. And your initial scan outside did not indicate any violent action. Usually, if you add the experience to come across a ship that was under attack, it's a bit more of a mess than this. There's usually some visible damage, especially if the ship was boarded. There's usually breaching hole and things like that. You don't see any indication that the ship was boarded or damaged, which is a bit weird, considering that there's nobody on board.
Mm-hmm. This is odd. There's no type of structural damage at all in the ship.
And you're also at a few kilometers from like a planet, so you're in orbit right now. For now.
Okay, just keep an eye out, everyone. Eyes up. Make our way to the deck. But this could have been maybe an inside job. Who knows? Yeah, and they start to make their way up the stairs.
All right. What's the rest of you doing?
I'm gonna follow up, but I'm coming up from behind, so I'm watching our 6 basically.
All right. Rowan, Ash.
Rowan is staying in the middle, trying to stay out of the way as possible, but definitely looking at like machinery. See if there's anything on, anything active, anything that's been tampered with, opened up, popped open.
So from cargo, you would probably not be able to tell much from here because it doesn't appear to be like whatever box crate was here still seem to be here. Like you don't see any like visual sign of like anything that was open. Any machine aspect that may have been tampered with or fucked with that would be at different level, like where like closer to where the reactor would be, which would be, as you know, at the bottom of the ship. So unless you want to go investigate that aspect,
No, just pretty much just following to where we can access the data at.
Yeah.
But I'm just kind of looking to see if like, wall panels, electrical conduits,
Mhm.
or anything like structural with the ship looks out of place or tampered with in a significant way.
okay. In this case, you do see some like open panels and things like that here. But just to determine the nature of what things could have been, just give me just a general engineering, intelligence engineering, just to see if you could probably do a quick evaluation of if any work may have been nefarious in nature.
Okay. So 3d6.
Yeah, it's always 3d6 plus whatever.
That is 12, and then engineering. What do I add for engineering?
That would be your intelligence, and if you do have a focus in engineering, I'm not sure if you do.
I don't think I do. So intelligence plus 3, so 15.
15. All right. So, taking a look at like things that have been opened, you do see that somebody did open them, not necessarily in a nefarious way, but probably trying to figure out if there's anything like that that needs to be fixed. Yeah. The usual, I opened the wall to see what the hell is going on in the wall type of deal. You don't see any purposeful malicious damage.
All right, then I'll just stick with everybody and kind of, keep my head down and stay between the people with the guns,
Mm-hmm.
and get led to wherever I need to work at.
All right.
I think Ash would he's sort of wandering. Not intentionally trying to leave the crew or anything like that, but he's just kind of like a little shell shocked by all of this. And you see him start to look once we get to the comms consoles and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
He starts like looking under stuff, seeing if there's panels and stuff opened. Because what he was told was that he doesn't know this for sure. The drive was put in a computer or in a panel to look just like it was there and hooked up to something, but it did nothing. It was just there to be protected.
Yep. You're making slowly your way from cargo to galley to the crew quarter. Like all doors are open. It's just there's absolutely nobody on board. Like if is it a ship like it's just been abandoned, which is unusual. Going through operation, where initial idea would be that's where it should be, if anything. You do give me a perception searching as you're trying to actively look for any panel that this would have been.
That's gonna be a 10, boss.
10, boss. All right. Going around.
Question.
Answer.
Just for player's sake, how's stunt points used?
So stunt point, when you have a success, and you have doubles on, like in this case, it would be a success. I would allow it as a success at 10. That's baseline here for the test. and you have doubles on
Gotcha.
two of the die. Whatever number is on the drama die is the amount of stun point that you generate,
Got it.
and you can spend them as you wish based on whatever activity you may be doing right now.
Can I do like a gut check? Do I have like,
Yep,
as captain of a ship, do I have any kind of inkling what's going on if I roll intuition?
absolutely. And I will give you an answer according to that.
13.
13. Any stun point or anything on that now?
No. It wasn't a
So-
real high roll, but I get a +5, so.
So 13. You've been around in space for a bit. Probably longer than most people on your ship right now.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that a ship that currently appear to be in, at least visually, in perfect working condition just has been abandoned. Usually they're either abandoned because it is a drop off for somebody else to pick up when there's ship smuggling, or it's just but it's just very weird. Usually people don't just leave a ship there, go take a spacewalk, and don't come back. You didn't notice that there was a shuttle missing, and there's a big rock with possible life, a few clicks away that they could have landed on. It's just weird that the whole crew left.
Yeah, that's kind of like the vibe I'm getting. That's why I was trying to like gut check. Do I get a feel of
Yeah.
what like might have happened, where there might be an answer while we're on board, or do we
Mhm.
need to just go down to the planet?
The only way to possibly get an answer would be to go through ship log.
Yeah.
See if the ship is indeed functional. Visually, it appears to be functional.
Yeah, we need to get
And-
all the way to the deck, y'all. We're not going to find anything till we're up there. We need to go through the logs, see what's going on. And we know there's a shuttle missing. The likelihood is that something happened and they bailed for the planet. Would they have had instructions to
though.
do that,
None of
Ash?
this is making sense.
Well, no, of course it doesn't make sense. Like, unless you got crew you don't trust and they left you, this is a pickup, like a piracy thing.
Nothing I've seen before. I mean,
You said you had
Honest-
some like serious high tech stuff that y'all were working on. Is it possible that you got betrayed
Sure.
by somebody?
nobody would have known.
Nobody on the ship would have known? Not the scientists?
Yeah, they weren't supposed to know what was being transported.
Yeah, well, let's go check the logs. I don't think we got any danger here. I don't think there's anybody on the ship.
Well, we'll still keep an eye out, and Nami will make their way up to the deck.
All right. Going to the deck. You currently don't have any power on, so you would need to go and activate your drive, most likely from engineering. But from what it seems, there's no actual threat on board. You went through every level possible, so easy enough to, if needed, to send somebody to engineer to essentially kickstart the ship properly, because
Yeah.
the battery seems to be dead.
We're going to need a jump. Rowan, you want to go down to engineering and handle it? Do you want company?
I wouldn't mind a little, a little backup just in case. It's a long way down there. Unfamiliar with the ship.
Nami, you want to go with him or you want me to go down?
I'll go with him.
All right. And I will let the two of them go do what they got to do.
All
And
right, Rowan,
quick-
you're with me.
And quickly enough, you are able to make your way down. I mean, it's easy to just unhook your mag boot and just push yourself down to go real quick. Go to engineering. Just roll me an engineering check. Rowan.
So just intelligence.
Intelligence, yeah, and if you have to focus. I'm not sure what I should go over your sheet just to see what your focus are, because I'm surprised you don't have the engineering focus.
Let's see, what is that? 6, 7, 8, 9
plus your intelligence.
plus my 9, 10, 12.
12. All right. Any what's your your drama die?
The drama die. Let's see, what is that in roll 20? The green one.
Yep.
A 1.
1. Okay. All right. So it takes you a bit of moment, a bit of time, but eventually you manage to fuck around, put some backup battery that you have on you. Just sometimes you know that a ship needs just an extra bit of juice to be able to have the computer up and running, and you're able to at least turn on the drive, which will generate like energy for the rest of the ship. It's not gonna shoot it right away, and you're gonna go wild. But things are operational. Lights are being turned back on board, and you would have access. Trying to go in, decrypting, to possibly go and see the ship log.
Yeah, as soon as the power comes on, I'm gonna look at
Yep.
Ash and be like, "Your ship, your codes."
Yep.
Yeah. And Ash does all the required stuff to
Yeah.
get this thing running.
I'm feeling that Ash would have like the multipass for any of his ship.
Essentially.
Yeah.
You're able to recognize by the ship as a company owner. The ship log is brought right away. The last information in there has been about from like a month ago, because information travels very slowly in space. So by the time you get a signal, by the time you get a crew, by the time what you get is, for the first couple while, standard things, you're in the carrier system picking up, as component as requested. Then there's notes of from engineering showing unusual system issue across the ship. Drive cutting in and out. Sometimes having to rely on battery power for a day, then drive going back up again as progress is being made. The last communication that you have that you see in the log is drive went out again, unable to restart. Try changing rod, unable to restart. Sending communication back to Earth. And so unable to, but later on, unable to restart. Battery supply running low. Within a bit, we might get too much drag from the planet and crash. Safety, they use shuttle with liquid fuel to go on surface. Unable to communicate up. If anybody find this, and that's the last information you get there. That as they were, whatever they maybe be working around here, they've been experiencing unexpected issue with a ship, and you know that your engineer are like not, just about anybody. They usually know what they're doing.
Yeah, I think there is both stress and relief. One, the abandoned ship So that's good. That means no one got like spaced out here. Ooh. 2, what the fuck happened? Like, how did we get here? What caused this? All of this is going through his head. Where the fuck is my drive?
Where should it have been? It's your ship. You should know where it's stored.
Yeah. And he starts. It's like, anybody got a drill or a screwdriver, or a pry bar, or something along those lines?
I'll radio down to engineering and be like, y'all coming back up? We could use some muscle.
And if we got the drive started, we should be on our way back up.
Mhm.
Yeah. You have power for now, so you're good.
Yeah. Presumably Ro has a screwdriver. If you need some elbow grease, I could take out a crowbar, but
And you know that they would be naturally like tools around engineering regardless.
Yeah, y'all. We need like a pry bar, a screwdriver, a drill. We need some tools up here to dismantle some stuff.
I'll hit the tools locker and see what I can find.
Yeah, easy enough. Like, you're able to find, where an engineer would usually have their things. You're able to find your basic like tool, bar, torch, essentially drills and things like that. Going back to most likely the operation deck.
Yep.
Going around. Now that you have a bit of light, it's easier to spot things.
Yeah,
Where
I'd be
things would be.
sitting at command, like just digging
Yeah.
through logs and stuff and
Yeah.
trying to. I would have asked Ash for access, and just started searching like for potential landing sites on the planet,
Mhm.
like see if there's any data, see if we can track any life forms from where we're at because we're not that far away. Like seeing what information I can find while they're trying to find this drive.
All right. So in this case, just give me intelligence research.
4, 5 is 9, and 2 is 11, and 3 is 14.
Any stun point or anything on that, or you just like that?
Nope.
All right. So, from what you can gather here, you have a general last attempt at updating any information on. It's partially broken because part shortage here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Giving you a general area where they most likely did attempt to land.
I will transmit that to everybody's comms
Yeah.
so we have the information and
And you
transmit
can-
it back to the ship and have
you
them
get-
start looking.
And you know that it would be easy enough to transfer some information back to the ghost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I would do is I would transfer everything I can find back to the ghost and tell them
Yeah.
to start doing some, whatever kind of looks they got to
Mhm.
look at the planet
Hi,
to
Captain.
start scans and all of that stuff.
hey Ro, can you come with me to
Thank you, Morgan.
To the engine spot? I mean the engineering location again. Now
Are we
that we
going-
know, now we
we
know
going-
something's. Go ahead.
I said, we going back to engineering?
Mm-hmm. I'm just curious because they were saying that something was wrong with the drive itself. Well, they didn't really tell what's going on.
While you're down there, take a peek at the reactor, please.
Yes, for certain.
I don't want
Really-
this ship falling out of the sky and killing
Yeah.
a bunch of people. I got to see if we can push it higher.
I'll follow you.
Yeah. Hey, y'all, be careful down there.
Yeah.
Just in case something happens. We don't know how stable the ship is.
Yeah.
Oh, no worries. Careful is my middle name. Not really, but there is a genuine smirk as they make their
Yeah.
way down to the engineering block. And I would like to use 5 of my step points to give it to Rowan to use breakthrough, which you gain not only information but some form of incontrovertible proof.
Where did those stun points come from?
Oh, but I got 6 points from the previous one. Remember?
Okay.
The 2-6, the one for the perception check.
Okay.
Yeah. So I will use that one for this one.
Yeah. All right.
Wait, I saved that, right? Or you have to?
Usually you use them with the roll.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So you always,
also remember, like if a roll is for you important to make,
Mhm.
you may always use some of your fortune point to raise one of your die, right? Like if, for example, on your one of your dice, it's a you have like uh, a 4, but you would need maybe like one more point. You get like make it a 5. You can spend 5 fortune point to make it a 5.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Never mind then. Well, yeah, it's good to know. I didn't know you have to use it on the same roll. Okay.
But I'll allow it.
Oh, thanks. Okay. So yeah, so it'll be I'll be using breakthrough.
All right. Perfect. So as you're looking around on ship and with a bit more light in the operation, you're able to see where like most of things would be, like certain things would be stored, certain data disk, where there's an empty slot. So whatever, possibly out of prevention measure, they took whatever data was with them, or somebody got on board and picked it up. But what you would assume that where like a drive would be, seems to be missing now.
So the drive that seems to be causing issues is gone.
What information and what drive Ash may have been looking for?
What about the drive that was actually causing the problem?
The Epstein drive. If there was any issue with the reactor, at the moment, going through engineering, Rowan, you can look at it, do a quick diagnostic. You do see fluctuation in power and output based on like the record, but nothing like indicating that there is massive loss somewhere, that it's just stopped working. Like if somebody like would turn off the switch, but nobody turned off the switch. Like just stop working. Physics stop working.
But it's not currently doing what was described in the log. It's in the on spot now.
It is currently in the on spot.
Because like in the log they described it would cut out.
Yeah.
Okay, so like we just watch it and see if it does that again.
Okay. Yeah, this is your wheelhouse, Ro. So I'm gonna help where I can, but
I'm gonna radio down Ro. How much longer has this ship got in the air if it loses battery again?
How can I do? How close are we to the planet? Like, how quick would gravity pull us down if we lost complete power?
Calculating it now, like with the drag and all that, you may have a day or two at best. So there's many options to either like go in the pilot seat and just push a little bit just to get a bit more speed to keep move it a little bit, or try to pull it with the ghost, which is dangerous, but possible.
And we're in no immediate danger, Captain. I mean, if need be, we can.
Yeah, but like how long?
A couple of days. Like if power goes out, we'll slowly crest towards the planet, but like we're not going to immediately crash or anything. We probably
Well, yeah,
have...
no, but like we know that. I need to know if I need to gas this baby up and get her higher so she'll last a couple weeks as opposed to a day or two.
I mean, oh no, we could probably bring it further away.
See if you can get the reactors online.
Probably tow her at least a little bit if we need to.
I wouldn't trust my baby towing this. She's a lot smaller ship.
See, we've got the
Just need
reactor
to move it. So.
up.
I mean, wait, it's
Yeah,
so the
but still, she a big ship.
the reactor is currently operational as far as just like powering the ship.
Yeah.
But what about would that be just like maneuvering thrusters to fire?
yeah. You
To
could
push
mm,
us
you
away
could-
a little bit and not like completely burn the drive at all.
yeah. You could be able to probably you will be able to maneuver thruster and maybe give a bit of a burn to just give it a bit of a boost.
Yeah, I would radio over to Morgan that we're going to detach because this thing is starting to really drag and see if we can get it up airborne just a bit more and buy us a
Yep.
few days at least. And I would detach, send the rope back over, be like, give me a minute and fire her up and try to push her much higher up in orbit.
All right.
Because the last thing I want is this thing coming down on our heads.
Mhm.
Because she big and it's like an asteroid hitting a planet, and I don't really want to deal with that today.
All right. No problem. Morgan detach, and it's more can if needed pull closer to pick you up again after that.
Yeah.
If you're taking the seat to just give it a bit of juice to push forward.
Yeah, I would want to get her enough juice and push her as high as I can to stay in orbit, but keep her high enough out of orbit or in orbit that she's not going to get dragged down like tomorrow.
All right.
She needs a couple weeks. Like typically good battery power, you can leave her up for a while. I just don't
Yeah.
want her dragged into the planet while we're down there.
Yeah.
As long as
Which
she
makes
stays
sense.
In a circular orbit, she should be fine.
Yeah, except drag exists and she's got to be able to keep her power on to keep her high enough in the air.
Yeah. Just give me just general dexterity piloting. I'm sure you
This
got
ain't gonna
this.
be good because I ain't got a whole lot of extra for piloting. I'm not a pilot. I'm a fixer. Oh, that's not too bad though. There is a 6 on the drama die. 6, 10, 12, 13.
13. That's more than enough. Essentially, it's just realigning the ship, making sure
Mhm.
that
I'm trying to buy us time that this thing doesn't crash on our heads.
yeah. Because anybody that know how like certain things will orbit around a body, it will either if it has enough speed, it's going to go further away. If not, it's going to be pulled by its gravity at some point.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you're able to give it a bit of speed. Everybody on board, feel that bit of a kick as maybe like half a G just kicks in. Yeah, you probably bought that ship, a week or so.
I'm comfortable with that.
Nice job, Cap.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if we got to go down there, I don't need a new hat the shape of a freighter. So,
Yeah, we don't want to wish that on anyone.
do we have any shuttles or we land in our ship? Is there another shuttle on this ship or we like land in Ghost?
So yeah, Ghost is not equipped with a shuttle,
Yeah.
but you do have as an alternative to your Epstein drive, you also have liquid fuel
Mm-hmm.
for purpose of if you need to land on a body with oxygen and things like that, because the Epstein drive is not meant to
Yeah,
give
it's
you
meant
too
for
much
space.
thrust. Yeah, it works well when there's no oxygen, not so much when there's some.
Is there another shuttle on this ship or was it just the one?
There was just the one.
I'm going to radio over Morgan. We got to
Mm.
go. We got to hit the planet. So prepare for us suborbit. We've got to go down there. It seems like the ship was vacated and everybody ran to the surface.
Sounds good, Captain. I'm gonna bring your clothes. You can hop in. And
All right, y'all. Let's leave
catch
the
you.
batteries running for as long as they'll hold because we want to keep this ship airborne. And I think we're going back over, and then we're going to go visit Caerus.
Anyone familiar with this planet? What are we expected to deal with?
I don't know. I'm gonna go look at the scans.
All right. And they look over to Ro and says, "Nice job, bro. Let's tie that on up." Yeah.
I'm gonna grab a line from this side and jump back over so everybody has like a pick line that they can run across.
Easy enough to
Thank
get back.
you, folks. I appreciate y'all. I know this is more involved than y'all initially expected.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I was expected to have some fun in a hotel room during this, the celebrity event. Safe to say that does not seem to be the case in this mission, but it's all right.
I did never
Yeah,
said
perhaps
that
we
there was
can,
going to be a hotel with a celebrity. So that you put that in your own head.
Nami just
I could
assumed.
dream. I could dream.
I'm going to get back over to the ship, let
Yeah.
everybody know kind of what's going on, warn everybody. And we know the planet has gravity, right? They
Yeah.
have an atmosphere, they have
Yeah.
gravity. Do we know how much gravity?
Based on what you can probably guess, based on the size, body size, based on the mass that you're able to detect, it's close to like almost a full G.
Shit.
Mm. Mm.
Oh, this is gonna suck. How many of my Belter friends here on the ship have been taking their anti-gravs?
And you don't have to necessarily bring everybody down for like extended period
Yeah,
of
I'll
time.
be over the
but-
radio.
yeah. I mean, none of them were expecting to go on a rock at any
Yeah.
point, right? So,
If
it's gonna
anybody
s-
wants to stay up here, there's a ship across the way. There's no oxygen. You'll need to bring a couple of tanks in your vac suits. But
yeah.
if you need to stay up, you can. Otherwise, when we get down there, you are welcome to stay on the ship.
All right.
I don't want anybody getting hurt. There's lots of water tanks. We'll do what we can for you, but I can't promise you anything because I wasn't expecting to have to land on an actual planet.
Perfect. All right. So, as the plan is being formulated as a possible rescue mission for the crew of Diani, that's where we're going to pick it up next week because it's
Woohoo.
already getting a bit late.
It is getting late.
So, yeah. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. Thank you to my lovely player. So such a fun joy to see all your beautiful faces.
This is gonna be so fun, y'all.
So yeah, shit's
I'm
about to
worried-
get weird. I can guarantee
I'm
it.
worried about our Belter friends, though.
Yeah.
They're gonna be
Yeah.
fine. So yeah,
Mm.
Before we-
Would it be all right? They're good.
it's gonna be all good.
Yeah, about that.
God.
You ever seen a
It's gonna
Belter
be like
go
that.
into single G's? It ain't pretty.
Yeah, it ain't pretty at all.
It's real painful for them, and I really don't want my crew getting hurt. So,
Yeah. All right. So as we are about to, wrap up the night and go rate some friends and all, let's do a quick round table. And I need to make a note to myself to prepare commands for each of my lovely players so that all their information is going to be displayed easily. Go around the table and tell people that we are, they can find you on the internet. And let's go the other way around this time around. Let's go with Panda.
hi, I'm AwkwardishPanda. I'm very awkward. I'm roughly panda size. I'm queer. I'm a variety streamer here on Twitch. I do a lot of crafty content. Come through. I stream like 5 days a week. And then next big thing I have going on is Sunday morning over on Dimple's channel where it's going to be Wayward Reverie. It's going to be more chaos because it's always chaos. Where I play Glix. She's our gender fluid Eladrin druid who's kind of going through it right now and hopefully won't be for much longer. But yeah, that's what I have going on. Next week, we're going to be doing some more painting. It's going to be an on again, off again week because my dog is having surgery on Monday. So that I can keep streaming consistently. But, we'll see from there. But I'll be streaming most of the day Monday just out of straight up anxiety. We're painting a really cool mini.
Yeah.
So come on.
It's coming
through.
together so well. I love it.
It is. Yeah. Except like I moved this and the cord caught the old one and I broke her hand off in the middle of the show. So I have to go get some resin
no.
to fix her. So I'm very sad because she's my favorite of all of the minis I've ever painted. So now I got to go fix her. So the strap just happened to catch as I moved it and she like rocketed off my desk and into one of my pallets. I busted her whole hand off.
Oh wow!
And it's in 2 pieces. It's gonna take me all of the like painted on UV resin on Earth to fix it, but I'm gonna fix
On
it.
Earth.
It's gonna be done. Awesome. Yeah, go check out Panda. She's awesome. Her stream is always a vibe. So
Yeah, we do very comfy, cozy, chill, work and lurk vibes on my channel. That's kind of kind of the vibe.
Mhm. Thank you. Wonderful. Kira.
Oh, hi. I'm Kira858. You can be able to find me at twitch.tv/Kira858, as well as our YouTube channel, the Cookout TTRPGs. Right now, one of our main campaigns is called Marvel, the New Vanguard. We're using the Marvel Multiverse playtest set that came out not too long ago. It's been a great season so far, and we're heading on to the aft end of the season, so you could definitely check us out on Wednesdays at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Of course, on Twitch.tv. You also could find me on a couple other channels, such as or re-rolls, where I'll be playing a half dragon, which is a lot of fun. You also could find me on the Bear Pen, where you'll see me do some Hunters Entertainment, some Vampire, and but other content. So yeah, just like I said, just, if you would just check me out, just make sure to follow me on Twitter at the Kira858. As well as the Cookout TTRPGs for all types of TTRPG goodness. Sometimes Die Hard Dice giveaways and a few other things, but that's me.
Awesome. Nix.
Hey, I'm Nick's chaotic chat streamer 3 days a week. You can find me at Punkle Nix in most places. You can find me on Twitter at MC_etching. I'm a glass etcher primarily by trade. I do lots of nerdy paraphernalia and shiny baubles, mostly barware and whatnot. You can find me Friday nights over on Dead Aussie Gamer. We're doing a Spelljammer campaign over there. Tomorrow is episode 3, I think. It's chaos, so it's hard to keep track of what's going on.
What is time? Time is
Oh,
soup.
But that's I just the wholesome smutty chaos is my vibe. The kilted himbo and internet silly person.
Awesome. And Dimples.
Hello, everyone. I'm Prince, also known as Dimples and Dice around the internet, and that is where you can find me. Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, basically everywhere else except Facebook, because fuck that place. Things that I am up to. You can find me over on my channel Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Eastern Time for Wayward Revelry. And Zero, Red, and Andrani. I'm probably, am I missing something?
Joe, me.
Joe, Loader, my friend. Yes. And then let's go back in time to our Saturdays. I'm over on my sister station, Rolling D's 20s, where I am the storyteller for Vampire the Masquerade Philly by Night. If you want to see Philly shenanigans in this genre, and vampires and vampire gods, and people potentially getting eaten,
And straight up
by.
chaos, because it has
It's our
been
fifth and
chaos
final
for
season.
weeks.
We've had time travel. We have a multiverse.
Yeah.
Things happen. It is wild because you know what? That's me. I do wild shit. I'm on a bunch of other shows. I'm on Fables Once and Future over on Carrion Comfort Studios. I have an upcoming Good Society game going to be over on Table God. There's a show that I've recorded for North by Northwest where I'm the storyteller for Dark Matter / Scum and Villainy because I decided to mix systems up and make my life miserable being a GM because that's the kind of stuff that I do. But it is a lot of fun. It's great. It's horny. It's gay. Everyone will love it, I'm sure. Watch my Twitter. You'll see a bunch of stuff coming out. I stay busy.
Awesome. Yeah. Go make sure to check out all the stuff that those people are doing. They're all wonderful, and it's such a joy to have everybody here at the table. And as always, I'm Frank, aka the Great Freaky. I am mostly here a GM. I'm a co-founder of the channel, and sometimes I do music under my brand Ravenclaw production. There you go. You can buy my solo piano EP. You can commission me or you can support. And if you choose to support channel, well, overall, it's gonna help me support my players. So, win-win. Thank you again for joining us. We're gonna be back next Thursday, same time, 8 p.m. Eastern. In the meantime, have a wonderful night. Stay safe, and see y'all next week.